Hey y'all, welcome back to Does Green Mean Go? We'll be going over the Daytona, a little bit of qualifying, mainly the duels, the Gatorade duels there at Daytona, and the truck races later tonight. Man, it looked great out there to see the racing and whatnot. I followed along with Justin Allgaier and Junior Motorsports, just to kind of feel that intensity and excitement when they do make it, or if they didn't make it, unfortunately. But they did make it. I think it was like 6 laps to go. Somebody, I believe it was Junior, got on the radio and he's like, hey, tell him he needs to go now. And I looked at the phone where they were running and whatnot, laying in bed, and I was like, oh crap, he's 17th, and JJ's JJ's 9th. That ain't good. And they got to hustling there, of course, with the 21 pushing and helping out, and the 71 and whatnot, and he got behind AJ, and man, I got a little nervous too. So what I'm seeing is, in this pack, and when they're bump drafting and whatnot, the second or third lane is getting a little wobbly, and that first lane seems to be holding on to it pretty well. I missed what happened to Brad, but I kind of wanted to see how folks were handling Brad and Recky Stenhouse's pushes, because those are the two guys to look for to see how easy people are going to wreck. I think that's wording that correctly. Those are the two guys you really don't want to be pushing you, unless if you're wreckers or checkers, right? So at the 2 laps to go, yeah, give me one of those two. But mid pack in a duel, nah. I think if I like the car, no. If I don't like the car, then yeah, sure, why not? But they were looking a little wobbly out there, especially when Ty Gibbs came over and blocked. They did have a run as well, but before that, and also in the might be getting my doors confused here, because I saw somebody else get a little wobbly too. I don't think Corey LaJoie's car, I heard it didn't like the bottom, so I didn't get to see what it was looking like on the bottom, but I saw him in the top lane from a little bit of the day when he was pushing in Eric Jones's push. That was the second one. Honestly, I think, let's talk about the winners real quick. Bubba Wallace won the first one. Great, exciting for him. I'm happy to see it. We all know Bubba is a great pretty good super speedway racer. I feel like he's a little bit better at Daytona than he is Talladega, but a lot of that has to do with luck. I think it'd be cool to see him win. We might get to see a side of Bubba that we don't get to see, because he won't have to be stressing and worrying about making the playoffs all season long. He'll actually just be able to hang it out there and see what happens, and I think that could be scary for the rest of the guys out there. I think Bubba might be able to knock out some wins if he won really early on in the season and didn't have to worry about anything else for pretty much the rest of the year, because we all know he starts off the season normally good, or they have real bad luck. Middle of the season, it's kind of a spiral down. By the time the playoffs start back up, they're back going up again. Stock is going up. So because if he does make it, the times he has made it to the playoffs, it was a decent playoff run. So I'm not saying a Final Four if he won the Daytona 500, but if he won early on, I think the first 5 races, I think we could be, another Final 8. Who knows? Could be a Final Four. You don't know how the season's going to play out. if he wins early, stays really consistent, he could win the old Winston Cup championship, you know? So, and then the last one, I don't like the fact that they're throwing a yellow when they're racing to the line. The red's already happening. I don't understand why we're freezing the field when they're seconds to the line. Why couldn't we have had that button pusher in when it was Kevin Harvick and Mark Martin going to the damn checkers? All right, like if they're being consistent about it, but why couldn't we have had it back in 2007? I'm pretty sure it was 2007, and I being a Mark Martin fan, I don't know why we couldn't have had it back then, because that was an old kicker right there. I know we don't race back to the line, but they're right there. I mean, they're like line cars. So a little bit of a bummer for Eric Jones. I think he needed that extra bonus point, the points to make the playoffs a little bit more than Cindric. Not the biggest Cindric fan. I think he's a halfway decent driver though. But I think Eric Jones needed a little bit more. A big bummer for him. I hope he does end up getting a spot better finish in the 500. I think he said he would be happy with finishing there again or something like that. I prefer one more spot. Especially with Jimmy out there pushing him. Man, that would be something. I don't know where Nemechek was he was kind of running just in the back. I don't know what happened to him. Definitely excited though. I like seeing the Toyotas fast. The Fords seem fast. The Chevys, I don't know if maybe it might become a handling track and they might get more involved. I'm not too worried about it though. Got a lot of good drivers. I was going to say Kyle Busch was going to win the Daytona 500 earlier, being 20 years and whatnot, but and his average finishes at Daytona, they're impressive. I still wouldn't put it past him winning, but I'm not feeling that confident in it. If you really just want to go off the wall on a bet, Corey LaJoie. If you want to just make some money on a bet, I think Corey LaJoie would be a good bet. A crazy one, but I don't think from what I saw, he doesn't look like he's getting as antsy. That pressure isn't on him like it was in years past, especially last year. You see, because when we were talking about him last year, I was saying that it looks like he's overdriving the car. He's pressure's getting to him pretty much. And I think with these kind of deals that he's putting together, I think you're just getting raw talent now, and it might be, I might be really shocked, because when he jumped in that 9 car, he probably put a lot of pressure on himself. I don't know if Corey LaJoie would be the guy to put in the 40 car for Junior Motorsports, you know what I mean? But yeah, let him do his own little thing. Got a race car driver, so I'd put $5 on him. Who else? I was gonna say Ryan Preece, but I hope he doesn't flip again. That was a bad rack. Chris Buescher, I could see him getting it done. I would say Brad, but going to a backup car, we'll have to. I'll have better picks. Oh, I've been at the shipper for 3 hours now, getting loaded, trying to go home. But Um, I'll be paying attention to practice, and I'll be making more videos of I just want to see what cars are really standing out, and look at them lap times, see how they are without traffic, in traffic, more in traffic than what we saw. It was a good teaser. I really wish we still had the Bud Shootout though, to kind of go off of and let folks not knock the rust off before these duels, so they weren't destroying their primary cars. But every year, one of the duels is pretty clean. The other one's a crapshoot. This year, both had pretty big wrecks. So, yep. Hopefully, I'd like to see a little bit more tire wear too. I want the cars spread out so we're not cleaning house on one wreck. Or that could just be because I was watching like 1996, 97, Daytona 500s, 95. So, well, all right, y'all. I appreciate it if you guys have watched the whole video of me just rambling on of my thoughts about the duel. I hope you guys are excited as I am for the Daytona 500. We got the truck race tonight. I definitely won't be able to watch it, but I might tune on and listen to MRN. And yeah, I'm in Texas. Geez, I was going through New Mexico, right? I was heading through New Mexico, and it was super foggy. Some fog just rolled on in, and it was 28 degrees down there in New Mexico. And I was like, I didn't know it got so damn chilly down there. This was just a couple of days ago too. It was yesterday. Yeah, today's Friday, so it was Thursday. 28 degrees, about 7 a.m. And I don't know what that message was, but that's interesting. And but no, I'm out here, out past Fort Worth, Texas now, kind of north of it. But okie dokies, y'all. I appreciate it. Hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks. Catch you all later.